Franklin Correctional Facility. I got the Franklin, Wyoming box, Clinton, classification drop. I went to some spot called Adirondacks. Didn't last that long at all, maybe like 3 months. Back to the box, wound up in Franklin. Franklin was supposed to be a tough spot. That shit was, it was alright. It was nothing like Wyoming. It was nothing like none of the other joints I was at. But it's jail. And it was popping. I can't act like it wasn't popping like that. I mean, yeah, I can't act like it wasn't. It was popping, but not popping like that, all right? For whatever sense y'all can make out of that. It was a violent jail. It was supposedly a jail where they send people that, you know, I went there out the box. So yeah, they send people there, a disciplinary jail is what they call it, right? Just like Bear Hill and all that. But none of them shits is Wyoming. None of them is Wyoming. And none of them is Green. Green and Wyoming, hands down, worst two mediums in New York State ever I've been in. Period. Anyway, Franklin, when I got there, I ended up linking up with my son Cito eventually, my son Chris, one of my twins, Trouble. Who else? My son Chop. Salute to Chop from Syracuse. Chop was about that life. He was about to be king, so I was about to bring him home. But, you know, he ended up going his own way, fucking with the homies. But salute to Chop. I got there. I kind of had a little rep already behind me a little bit. You know, dudes be hearing about certain shit. And especially the bros. I mean, especially at this time, fucking full-fledged, you already see, black and gold, nigga. Like, I was on hard body. Hard body. So anyway, I get into a situation there, right? Well, actually, no, it wasn't me. One of my bros get into a situation there. And it ends up coming back out to the yard. He got into a fight in the house over something. Now, I did speak on this on another, one of my earlier videos. Like, I did speak on this briefly on one of my other videos, so if this sounds, you know, familiar, it kind of is a little bit of a throwback, just getting into a little bit more details on this one. So, a situation pops off in the house with one of my bros. And my bro ends up getting the shit end of the stick. We get to the yard. Dudes is like, yo, Chulo, this is what happened. So I'm like, alright. Who did it? Whatever, boom, boom, boom. And we bust a move on the nigga. I make a movie on the dude. So, you know, and I did it, you know, like my regular, I ain't gonna lie. Like for me and dudes that knew me, my shit was on the walkway or in the weight pit, in the shack, in the weight shack, whatever you want to call it, where we work out at. Those were where I was like, if I was gonna do something to somebody, that's where I was doing it at. When we walking the track, or while I do working out, I always just do like if you call me out, obviously all call outs is mandatory. I can't lie. Like, if you literally just call me out, like, yo, Chulo, let's go, me and you right now, gun to gun. Like, what am I gonna do? I gotta go. Let's go, let's get it. But a lot of my situations was never like that. A lot of my altercations and my beefs was with those that didn't even fucking know me. It was my bros beef. Like, literally, it was somebody else's shit. It wasn't never mine's. Like, dudes that rock with me, like, neutral niggas, like, I was cool with those, like, but it was always some shit popping off with my bros and somebody, and I was one that, like, if you was my brother, and I'm repping this shit, and I'm holding this shit down, I'm gotta make sure that, you know what I mean, like, I rep you too. You know what I mean? Regardless, like, if anything. And like one of the biggest things that was with me was like, if you touch any of my bros, you definitely getting touched back and then some type shit. Like literally, that was the mindset that I had. So anyway, he does the bro dirty in the house. He beats him up, whatever. Boom, he did. He beat him up. By the time I get to the yard, everybody's already telling me. So I'm like, all right, where this nigga at? Who is this nigga? They point him out. I see who it is. Boom, boom. I'm like, all right, bet. Send one of the bros over to that nigga, tell that nigga that he good money, that it's all good. Literally. Like, rock him to sleep all the way. I never understood how dudes in prison could ever let somebody rock them to sleep like that, because I ain't never let nobody rock me to sleep in prison. I knew niggas was lying, bro. Anyway, so I sent one of the bros. I'm like, yo, go talk to him, make him feel safe, basically. Let him know he good money. So that's one of the bros do. You go chop it up on him, like, yo, don't worry about it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the other bro, they got beat up. Okay, so I'm lying. When the fight took place, they got into a fight. My bro ends up going to the infirmary, whatever, because he had like a busted lip, whatever, had to get stitches on his lip or whatever. The other dude got moved to another house, and he was fighting the ticket, pending the ticket. The fight ticket, because they got caught fighting. He didn't go straight to the box, so he was fighting the ticket. So when he's in the yard, he still has that pendant over his head and all that. And my bro is in the other side. They kept him in the back, and they moved my bro to the front of the jail. The similarities between Franklin and Wyoming is that they both big as shit, and the design damn near the same. Front, back, it's a mission. It's like almost like two different jails when you're in the front and in the back. And for some reason, the back is always where it's at. So anyway, I'm in the back where it's at, and they moved the bro to the front. They point him out. We in the yard. I'm like, all right. I start finding more shit out. I find out that he has a workout partner that I know. So I'm like, all right, cool. He got a workout partner that I know. Say less. Who else do he know? He affiliated with anybody? Boom, boom. He ain't had nobody really holding him down. Son was on his own. So we leave the yard, because that was like an early yard. That was like the afternoon yard time. We go back to the yard at night. The dude that he works out with, they be doing the bar. They be doing the bar, then they go to the pit. The pit is where the weights is at. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this nigga in the pit. So at this time, I'm third crown. So that's basically my job. I'm third. I mean, I got my HOS, but my HOS is holding me down. I mean, head of security. My HOS is holding me down. I'm gonna put the work in. You hold me down. And, you know, if anything pop off after when I pop off, he already know what to do. So I always was a lead by example type of dude. Any king that ever was with me, anybody that ever was with me in any spot that knows me, I led by example, not by this. I wasn't a politician. I talk a lot now on YouTube. I never was a politician. I mean, even though I guess you could say I would debate with motherfuckers, but nah, man, I didn't have the patience for that shit back then. So anyway, I learned early, lead by example. I'm gonna show these niggas how I give it up. So, son is at the pit, he working out. I go to the pit with my HOS, me and him acting like we working out. And son that's his workout partner, I had a brief conversation with him. And I was like, yo, how cool is you with this nigga? I met him when we was going to the mess hall. I ran down on him, and I got to see him before, we got back to that late yard. And I chopped it up with him. I'm like, yo, so what's up with you and this nigga? Like, because usually a lot of dudes, when you work out together, y'all like this. He was on some, nah, we just work out together type shit. I ain't my man like that, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, all right, I ain't tell him I was going to do nothing. Cause fuck, I look like putting him on point, but he kind of knew like I was asking for a reason. So when he see me in that pit, and he was spotting the dude, he was on, I think he was doing, what's that, incline or decline? He was on the bench, but he was not. That's decline, because he was doing the bench where it's down, right? So I look at the nigga that's spotting him, and I'm like, yo, and I just hit him with the head nod, like, yo. And he knew what it was. And he backed up while son was working out in the middle of his reps. I ran down on him. I did him dirty. Then I spent off. Nobody did shit. Everybody just watched. Police ain't see nothing. Only thing they saw was a quiet weight pit. That's the shit. Sometimes in prison, you know when shit happens, when shit gets quiet. When dudes all of a sudden is like, and that's what put the police on point. The weight pit got mad quiet. I did son dirty. And he's he blowing the spot up now. You know, holding his face and shit, doing all this extra shit. And running out the weight shack. Police see that. By that time, I'm already out though. I left the pit already. I did what I had to do and I left the weight shack. He damn near died with the fucking the dumbbells, not the dumbbells. The ball fell on his fucking chest. He was about to he was going through you, huh? So anyway, I spin off like I said. Everybody saw everything that happened in that weight shack. Everybody. That was my main reason for doing shit in the weight shack on the track too, to let niggas see. Like I wanted motherfuckers to see. But I just didn't want to get caught. But if I did get caught, it is what it is. I didn't get caught, right? But what happened was we were so hot. And just like in Wyoming, in Franklin, we got the handball courts. So the police already know to roll up. And when they roll up, they're rolling up right on the handball courts. So I still had a hammer on me. I didn't have time to get rid of my ratchet. Police run down on us like, you. Start walking to the gate. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm gonna stab this nigga up. I still got the fucking weapon on me. It's cold as fuck outside. It's snow everywhere. It was snowing then. It was cold and snow. The police run down on us. Like I said, they took all the bros. You. Let's go. Walk to the front. And when you walk to the front, they have a trailer there. And then that trailer is where they go strip search you and put hands on you need be. That's how they was giving it up in them spots. So I'm like, fuck. Now keep in mind, this isn't when I just got to Franklin. You know, I've been in Franklin for a minute now. Like, I've been in Franklin literally over a year already. So they kind of know me. Dudes know who I am. Like, I've been there for a minute. I'm walking. As I'm walking, I know for a fact I can't go to the fucking trailer with a flathead on me this size. That's a whole charge. The weapon alone is a new charge, bro. Let alone if they gonna link me to the assault that just took place in the pit where this nigga just got stabbed the fuck up. So as I'm walking, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? This is one of the only times where, like, I was in the jail, and when I turned it up, I wasn't ready to leave Franklin yet. I was still kind of comfortable in Franklin, because Franklin was sweet to me. Like, Franklin was sweet to me. Like, it was good money. It was a cakewalk. So I didn't really want to leave this spot. But I had to, because I knew what I was about to do was going to get me the fuck up out of there. So as we walking, we getting closer and closer to the front. I make it towards where the phones is at. I'm out. I'm out. All you heard was this. We got a runner. We got a runner. It was the keys jingling from the COs. It was chasing my ass because I did a whole left. Whoop. Now, I think when I said this story before, I said I was in Wyoming. That is not, I wasn't in Wyoming. I was in Franklin. So, I do the dick. Police is on my ass. They playing football in the yard, my nigga. Niggas is playing football in the yard in the snow. It's like a whole game going on. Here I go. He got a runner. He got something in his hand. He got something in his hand. I pulled the hammer out. I'm running with that shit in my hand. Broad daylight. It was still light outside. I make it all the way to the, close to the gate. Not all the way to the gate. Close enough. And I just flung it. I just flung the shit out of it. That shit went flying on the other side of the fence somewhere. Landed in the snow somewhere. I turned back around, I got police charging me. He tried to tackle me. Boom, I dip on him. I'm still running, bro. Like, I ain't know what to do no more now. So I'm just dipping. Then finally the niggas tackle me. Boom, boom, boom. Throw me in the snow. Facing, they almost killed me. If it wasn't for my twins, salute to all my bros. And a lot of dudes, they was actually just literally playing football. I believe I would have suffocated to death because I was like on my last breath, bro. Like they had my face in the snow. So deep in the snow, I had ice that cut up all my motherfucking, my nose was twisted. My nose was twisted to this day. Ice was in my nose, cutting my nose up. I got snow and dirt in my mouth. I'm all the way, bro. And the snow was at least like, I want to say like at least 6, 7, 8 inches deep. I'm all up in that shit, past the snow to the dirt, my nigga, in the ice. That's how fucking hard the motherfucker smashed my face in the snow. Then I got them bending my arms up and kicking the shit out of me, twin. I can't even scream, I can't do shit, because I got snow, stuff up my nose, up my mouth, and I'm literally like dying. Bros that was around started making noise. Started making it hot, started throwing snowballs at these niggas and all type of extra shit where they wrote me up for exciting the riot for that. That was like one of the main charges I had. Because dudes started like making shit, started getting hot in the yard. Police started getting nervous. They had to take me out. They're like, back the fuck up. Bro, when they took me out, the snow, the first thing I did was blow my nose. And it's like blood and ice came out and dirt. And spitting out my mouth was the same shit. Dirt, snow, and ice. And I like finally got a breath. To the point where I was like, I was just so, I couldn't even feel the pain. From like when it was beating my ass. Just because I was like so out of breath. COs restrained me. They throw the little, the little plastic cuffs on me behind my back. They're like, what the fuck you threw over the gate? What you threw over the gate? What you threw over the gate? I'm not telling them nothing. I ain't, what I'm gonna tell y'all? I threw a ratchet over the gate. Y'all saw what I threw over the gate. So, I end up catching, that's how I left that jail. I left Franklin. Went to the box, and got lucky as fuck. Which is crazy. I got super lucky, bro. And somehow, some way, they sent me to mid-state. What the fuck? Anyway, because this is kind of towards like the end of my bed. Think about it. Like, I'm doing all this shit. And I think I had like around 4 years left at the time on my bed. 4, maybe 5 years. And I'm still like active and I'm doing shit. Police never found the gun. They never found the shank. I remember dudes coming to the box like, yo, Chulo. I'm like, yo. They're like, yo, these motherfuckers is out there with flashlights. He like, yo, they out there with flashlights at night. They gave these niggas overtime and all that just to find the shank so they could charge me. See, with the COs, you catch somebody with a shank, like whoever that CO is that catches you with that, or they really catch you with like some work, meaning like a lot of narcotics or whatever, they get status from that shit. And they get bumped up. You know what I'm saying? They turn sergeants, and sergeants turn to captains and all that. And they was going hard looking for that shank. What saved me, it was a snowstorm. It was a snowstorm for like that whole fucking week, my nigga. Like, it was snowing every day. So they didn't find it, bro. So they couldn't charge me with a shank. They couldn't even charge me with shit but other than inciting a riot and refusing a direct order and shit like that. And I didn't file charges against them when they whipped my ass. And they whipped my ass, twin. Like, yes, I was in pain. I was in pain, twin. And I didn't report it though. I didn't file charges. I ain't get no lawyer. I ain't call mommy like, yo, mommy, we about to get this bag. I should have. I ain't gonna lie, because they broke like 2 of my ribs that day. Fractured my right eye socket. You know what I'm saying? My nose, like the inside of my nose was all ripped up and cut up from all the, like, my nose was fucked up for like a minute, bro. I ain't gonna lie, son. But anyway, I got through that. I survived all that, obviously. Y'all see me here now. But, true story. I mean, you take from it what you can. I know it sounds entertaining to some, educational to others. Yeah, learn from it. You know what you learn from it? Don't ever fucking go to jail, B. And if you do, be sure that when you in there, don't get affiliated with no gangs. And if you do get affiliated with a gang, make sure you're really about that life. Because if you're not, all you're doing is setting yourself up again. Like a lot of bros, a lot of dudes I seen got down with a gang, but they wasn't built for it. And then you know what happens? They end up getting done dirty because they wasn't built for it, and they get done dirty by their own people. Kings was putting pain on kings in jail, bro. More faster than they was putting it on the ops beats, like in my humble opinion. That's another story. Y'all already know what it is, man. Lions and Men, salute, man. Y'all already know what it is. Holla at you.